Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to write a service with a minimal code, and it's a quick process and very easy to learn. I'm not going to show the whole details of the project because it will require too much time, but I'm going to focus on the one thing, that is a service, Angular 2 service. Actually this works for Angular 2 and Angular 4. There is no difference actually between them. Well, so what is my objective? Let me first pinpoint my objective. My objective is that how to write an Angular service to fetch a record based on ID. Well, usually this problem persists in every situation, that when it is required to get some data based on ID, like any um, index or any kind of key, we need to fetch some data. So in this tutorial I would like to show you that how to do this, how to create a service actually. Well, first of all, I'm going to explain about from the bottom to top. That means first I will write the service code, then I will use this service to fetch the UI. The first I'm going to explain how to write this service. How to write service. Step 1. Import section. So I'm going to give a little bit explanation that where to write this code, that if you use the command prompt, then you will simply write that ng generate service name, like my service. So it will create a service like this, that I have already created this service, ng generate service show customer service. So after putting this line, it's automatically created this 3 line, that create spec.ts for testing, unit testing, and this is actually my service file, that name show customer.service.ts. but in here we are going to use this example my service. That means it will create my service.ts, and this is just an instruction that it is not provided. Actually we have to implement this. So that means after creating this service, and this my service.ts file will be created, and after that we'll write this code, that import. Actually this one will be automatically created, that injectable. We don't need to write, but I'm going to show here the all code from Angular core. This second line is that import http class, http from Angular well, this one should be here, right? That Angular / http, and the third line is import rxjs. I will explain about this later, that why we use rxjs and what is the purpose of using rxjs, maybe probably next tutorial. Operator map. Actually it's simple, that is we are going to use this rxjs map method. It is basically is mapping to JSON data. It's for mapping, actually for nothing, only mapping. So my service, like my service it is actually method, actually my service, which will be called from our component service. Yeah, as though we are using this tutorial that based on ID, that means a user will send an ID. Basically, a user will click a button which is responsible to bear this ID, and this is the ID will be come to effect. So this ID actually is just a variable name. My service, this is IB, and here we must have a constructor actually for using the HTTP constructor. This one, and this constructor like a variable private, and instance like my service is type is actually HTTP. So this HTTP class comes from here. Actually this one should be HTTP actually, and now this instance will denote this class, and here we will use this code like return this dot my service instance dot post. As though we are fetching data, usually the get is a get HTTP actually get, but as we are sending something like ID, that means we have to use this post actually, post method, and this it should be my domain name like HTTP clone my domain say example. I'm going to show this URL is come from like any domain where your database reside here. So this is this domain name, and after that we need to provide actually the parameter. So in here we will use ID parameter I'm going to pass. So this ID actually, this ID is same, and it's just like a parameters ID parameter which will be sent to our backend database. So and this map comes from here actually, this class. So this map dot map usually, and the result data will be like this, result dot JSON. Actually when it get back fetch the data, actually it will convert into JSON data, and put this result here actually. Finally it will be redirected to the component where it will be called here. So on the component my component class, say example app component .ts file, where the service will be created actually in this file. It will be like that. I'm going to use an example, a working example, like build generate. I think I can use this this one. That means this one actually, this one I can use for using like this one, build WordPress actually, WordPress. You see that here is app component. Yes, actually, say example, we are going to some import component on init from Angular core. We are going to this service actually. Here it will be this service name, my service. Actually this one actually, my service ts, my service dot ts. Actually this one will be here actually, this is actually my services. this is the services we have to call from my component. Then we need to use some extra thing like Angular router. Well, Angular router, which is responsible for routing from one page to another. And here you see activated route, router, and params, which will be bear from one page to another. And finally, it is a model actually. In my case, it is like my model. Is model means a class actually. It holds the data type actually. It's a class actually. It holds lots of variable and the required variable and their type to fetch or to put the data. Well, so actually to call this service you need to use some, just you need to use this one like this one, and this one would be great example. It's not so complex actually. If you follow my steps, it will be not so complex actually. You know that this one book ID equal to this dot route active route. Notice that we need to use constructor. We need to use this function constructor actually, this one as a constructor. You see that here we need to use my service service instance like call service and another variable called active route. I declared here is active route. You can use any name. It denoted this class. And another variable router, small its class is a router class. And you see that this is the variable I declared book ID, which will be fetched from my UI page actually. This is the variable to hold the data actually. And finally I use this active route dot this snapshot dot params b1. This one comes from your router, while you use from app.routing.ts file, where you use I'm going to show you actually how to write this one. My routing class here for routing actually. This could be another tutorial. Here we use like this one, that component class and their preferable parameter. So here we use this one b1, like this one b1. Yeah, here this b1 actually. So this one comes from here. And finally we need to call a method like generate bill, get info by id. This is my user defined method name. And finally you see where here we are going to use service call. Don't mind if I mistake the spelling. And this is my service method. It will come from my service here, my service actually. It should be like this, my service then this book ID will passing to here. And finally we need to use any service. We need to subscribe actually this service. And this is a variable like a result equal to this dot model. Here my model object reference actually. Well, we need to create to use this model, we need to actually create here that my model object like this. My model object equal to new my model. And this my model will come from here actually, my model actually, this one my model. and finally we equal to book 0. Actually it is nothing but actually this result 0 res result 0 means the first actually this is means first row. Actually it is fetching on one row based on their ID. This is called first row actually. And finally we are using a push method. Actually we are declaring a variable built info. Actually it is an array, and this array we need to declare over here. So, build info, it's an array. Actually we need to declare under class. Import constructor should be under class actually, like this one. Build info is an array. Info is a type is array, but its type it's type. You can declare a type here, type object type, and equal to empty in an empty array. And this build info, build info in a variable, we are going to pushing the resultant data by using my model object reference. And finally app component dot html, we can show the interpolation result data, like build info object dot name. This one come from the the fetching row from database. Say example, we have a ID, first name, last name, etc. So we'll and ID, say example 1. So in this result it will come from this one. We can show like this on HTML. I think it yeah, if you follow this tutorial, maybe it's not so nice, it's not it's not actually clean representation, but if you follow my talk, if you try to grasp my idea, I think it will be easy for you. And next time inshallah I will show you some real life tiny project example. Until bye bye.